my view of Islam before I became a Muslim was, I had a very, very limited knowledge of what Islam was, really. So what I knew, the very little that I knew about Islam was that there's this religion, it's called Islam, and these people who are Muslims worship Allah. And there's a man called Muhammad, but I'm not sure who he is. He's their prophet, maybe. And this religion came from the Arab people. Being a Cape Townian, most of the Muslims who live in my city are of Malay descent, Indian descent, and in the kind of like colored / mixed race community. So I wasn't really exposed to the day-to-day beliefs and acts of Muslims or know what Islam was. I was never taught what Islam was. Even my family and the people around me didn't know what Islam was. So I didn't really know what it was. I knew Muslims, but I didn't know what Islam was. The reaction of my family and friends when I became a Muslim, sure. It feels like such a long time ago now, but if I can think back to initially, like I said before, my parents, my family didn't know what Islam was. So when I told them that I had embraced Islam, they had their own perception of what Islam was, very limited, like me. And they didn't really know what to make of it. I come from a family that is Christian, so I guess to them it was a surprise and really puzzled, you know. And at the time I was like a new Muslim. I wasn't mature enough to explain to them, you know, kind of sit them down and break it down for them. It was a complete shift in my life, and I was really in it and trying to learn more about it. So they were bewildered, I guess. And in the beginning stages, they didn't really worry or bother about it as long as it didn't affect them. But when it did affect them, then there was a little bit of resistance, because they didn't know what to make of it, they didn't know how to integrate it into their lives, and I was changing. So the person that they had known was completely different. Still their daughter, but Islam kind of took me and completely changed my life. So it was difficult for them. My friends, similarly, most of my friends, if not all of my friends, were Christian. I was Christian. Embracing Islam tested my friendships. And I lost some friends. I became distant from some friends for years and then reunited with them later. I made new friends, so overall I would say it had an impact on my life, and yeah, my friends and family definitely had an interesting reaction to it. I've never had doubts about Islam as a way of life, as belief in Allah, worshipping Allah, submitting to His will. I've never doubted that it is the ultimate way of life, that it's meant for all human beings, and I've never doubted the good that it's brought to my life. Never. I've never thought of leaving Islam. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of challenges in the beginning with family, friends, adjusting, you know, trying to integrate. But I guess, I don't know, it made my faith stronger. And I've been very fortunate to be surrounded by Muslims of all colors since I embraced Islam. And my eyes opened, so there was a lot of support from the Muslim community, I can say. So I was very fortunate in that. And And I say alhamdulillah because it's difficult for us, those who live in this country, not a Muslim country, a secular country, a Western society, and being in a minority. Muslims are a very small percentage of this country, even more so in my community of Cape Town, in the black communities, very small percentage. So it's hard for us to live out loud. So I'm very grateful that I was able to maintain my Islam and my Iman and the support that I received.
بتتركني أعاني الجرح وعاني الصمت والخذلان